Today's video is going to be Designrr versus Canva. Which one has the better AI writer? I'm going to walk you through both tools to show you how the AI writer works, and then you can decide on your own which one's better for your needs. Hi, I'm Suzanne Stoddard of Legitimate Affiliate Training, and I want to let you know in advance that these are both excellent tools. I love them, and I use them both almost every day. But they were designed for different functions, okay? And since AI came on the scene, they have both added AI writers to their tools. So even though they both have a lot of incredible features, today we're just going to look at the AI writers. If you want a more in-depth review of Designrr and its Word Genie writer, just click the link you see above and it'll take you to my Designrr review. So let's start, okay? Now this is inside my Designrr account. And just so that you know, if you are interested in Designrr, they are currently offering, let me scroll down to the bottom here, a special offer, lifetime access for $27. So that's just a one-time payment, okay? Whereas normally the standard plan is $29 a month. So back inside Designrr, and like I said, I won't go through all the features. There are so many. But let's look at Generate with Word Genie. Now, I have the Pro account because it gives me so much more flexibility, and I get 300,000 credits for free. With the $27 lifetime plan, you get 100,000 credits. And when you use them up, it's really easy to purchase some more inside the platform. You will need credits to use the AI writer. And if we come back to the dashboard here, you can see that if you need more credits, and you would have the opportunity to buy more right here. When I click on buy, you can see that for $17, you can get an additional 100,000 credits. So that's an amazing deal. And of course, there's the option to buy a larger package, or if you want to pay monthly or annually, depending on how much you want to use this. So let's go back to this Word Genie, and it's telling me that this tool will generate your ebook title, outline, and description of the first paragraph of each chapter based on your chosen niche. And when AI is finished generating your ebook, you'll be able to edit your new ebook, add more content, and publish it. Okay, so we press next, and it says to enter your topic or niche. And I'm getting quite interested in the survival niche. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to leave it at English. Click next. And then it says to choose your sub-niches. So they've got quite a few here. I am thinking more about rural, which it doesn't have specifically here. So I'm going to use wilderness. Okay, click next. And now you want to enter who your audience is. So I'm going to put survival preppers. Click next. And now it says choose title from the suggested title that they give you. So this is really good. If you're concerned about using proper keywords, you can certainly do some research with your favorite keyword research tool. And of course, you can change this afterwards. But for now, let's just pick one of these. I kind of like this last one, Prepper's Ultimate Survival Handbook, Wilderness Edition. So for now, I'm going to pick that one. Click next. And then we want the tone of the voice that you want in your ebook. And you have some choices here. I'm debating whether I want to go informative or educational. I mean, they're all good, right? I think I'll stick with informative. We'll click next. And notice that it gives you an outline for your article right away, okay, with chapter titles. And there are basic points under each chapter that you'd want to consider expanding on. Okay, so now that we have the outline in Designrr, let's go to Canva. Now this is inside my Canva account. I do have the Pro plan. And just so that you know, you need to have the Pro plan to use Magic Studio. And that's where the AI writer is located. The first thing we're going to do is create the size of the document that you want. So I'm just going to click on document, and this is what it looks like. So if you click on this plus sign and click magic write, and here you would put in a prompt. So I'm going to prompt it something similar to what Designrr has created for me. I said, please write an outline for a document about how to prep for survival for a wilderness location in case of disaster. And I click generate. And you can see that it's starting to create an outline for me. And with the Pro plan, by the way, you do not need to buy credits, okay? It's just working for you. And you click insert. Now, I'm not sure why this came up so big here. So let me just reduce this size. Bring it down to 18. Okay, so here is the introduction and a couple of points under it. Then research and planning, essential survival gear, skills and training, psychological preparedness, practice and simulation, and conclusion. Back in Designrr, it gave me the basics of wilderness survival, essential gear, finding food and water, navigating and signaling for help, dealing with medical emergencies, maintaining mental and emotional well-being, long-term wilderness survival strategies, prepping for specific wilderness survival scenarios, putting your wilderness survival skills to the test, the ethical and legal aspects of wilderness survival. So personally, I like the Designrr one better, but we'll keep going and see how it goes. So the first thing we want to do in Canva is under the introduction, it gave us 2 ideas to follow. So let's click on this first one, click magic write, and continue writing. So it should write out some information about the importance of wilderness survival. Okay, and we'll just fix content here. So you're going to have to edit this, okay, because it's just giving it to you in point form. You can choose whether or not you want to keep this as an additional subtitle. And of course, you would have to delete that. And of course, you'd want to go through it all to make sure that it's giving you exactly what you want, okay? So it gave us these point forms here. And I'm just going to put a space here. And let's ask it to do the same thing on this one. Continue writing. And like I said, I am not experienced with the survival preparedness niche yet. So hopefully you are, and if there's, so that you can catch any inaccurate information or look it up to make sure it's giving you what you want. All right, and like I said, you're going to have to edit all of this to make it look good. And you could go through each one and you could end up with quite a long article. Now let's go back to Designrr, and it says you can edit, add, or remove any part of the outline. And then when you're happy with what you've created here, whether or not you want to take anything out. And of course, you can also regenerate this. I like what I see, so we're going to click next. And you can see that it is now starting to fill out on its own without you prompting it each subtitle. Okay, and this is going to take a few minutes to go through because there is a lot here generating in this very long article. And notice that in this case, it's already nicely formatted. Whereas in Canva, we'd have to come in here, we'd have to create our paragraphs, we'd have to get rid of the point form, okay, to make this look good. In Designrr, it's already looking great. So while this is generating, let's go back into Canva, and I'm going to start formatting this just a little bit. Okay, and then I'd have to be doing this throughout the entire thing after having it write out each particular area. Now back in Designrr, it looks like it's done. And look at the length of this. This could be an incredible article if you want to use it that way. But because we're in Designrr, we can create an excellent ebook here that you can use to sell, that you can use as an incredibly valuable lead magnet. Okay, you can use this for many, many different things. So notice that we don't have to format anything in here. This is all done for you. So let's click Save to make sure we don't lose that. And then we click on Choose Template. You can search for something specific, or you could just put in the type. And I like standard. For themes, we'll pick education. And we'll leave it at letter size and portrait size. And to show you what these things look like, if you click on this little icon, you can see what the inside of this ebook would look like. Let's go preview in web so you can get a better look. And here we go. This is what the front page is. And like I said, all of this can be edited. Sometimes the design can't be changed, but you could create an entirely new cover if you want in Canva and upload it to Designrr. And then this is the table of contents. And what I really like in Designrr is that these are clickable. So as you add more pages for each of your chapters, let's say, the table of contents, when you click on it, will bring you right to that chapter. And then this is the back page. And again, for the purpose of this review, let's choose this one here. It's quite nice. The center page has the table of contents. This is the page on the back, and it kind of looks like it would suit a survival ebook. So let's say use this template. And it pops you into their editor. These are all of the pages here. You can see how long this article is. It's 30 pages. There is unlimited pages that you can use in Designrr. So you could really make this as long as you want. Okay, back inside Canva here, I'm going to spend some time formatting this. I'm not sure I'll do the entire article because this could take quite a long time. You are allowed up to 350 pages for any type of document or ebook. So I'll be right back as soon as this is done. So as you can see, this is taking quite a long time. Okay, I've only done a bit of it. And of course, you'd have to decide what you want as H2 headings, H3 headings, H4 headings. Okay, I just did this very quickly, so I think it could be formatted much better. I left this as points 1 to 7. Okay, and I'm not going to carry on and do the rest because this is just taking too long for this review. Now, you'd want to make sure that you save this, okay? It should be saved inside your account here, but just to make sure, I'm going to hit share. I'm going to download it as a PDF. And so far, this is what it looks like. So it is very plain. It's certainly something that you can use if you want to sell it as is, but if you want to fancy it up a bit, let's look for Wilderness ebook and see if anything comes up. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, at least that gives us a wilderness look. And you can scroll through these, see what you might like. Small Business Survival Guide. Let's choose this one because we can always change it so that it suits our article. You may want to change the color scheme and all that, which you can certainly do. And it's easy enough to change what you want to call it. So I'll just call it Wilderness Survival Guide. You can change your name here. Okay. You have a contents page, so you could adjust the size of all this and add all of the chapters that are in your article here. Now keep in mind that in Canva, you cannot hyperlink the table of contents. You can't have someone click on this and it take you to that chapter. Now next, here are the different chapters, and you could certainly change all of this as well. If you wanted to go into elements and look for wilderness elements, let's see them all here. And you can do different things with this. You could click on an image like this. You can click the position and put it backwards. Okay? And you can size it so that it fits the page if you want it to look more like a survival thing. Okay, now this particular one, the transparency is a little light, so we could put that up. And so these are the different things that you can do in Canva. It is great for designing. Okay, you may want to add a different image here, which is easy to do. You would come into Photos, put in your keyword for what you're looking for, and change the image. I'll do Wilderness Survival, and let's use this picture here. Now notice it just popped right in, and that's because this is an actual frame that's in here. So if I click delete, see, I can delete just the image, and you can see the frame that was in here that was put into this particular template. So then all you have to do is click on an image, hover over the frame, and it automatically inserts it. And then you can start adding in your article. Now, you can't upload an article into Canva. What you would have to do is go to your article, and if this was the title, we'll save that, come back here, and put it here to change the title. And of course, you can change the size, you can change the font, whatever you want. We'll change it to 21. And then you have to start copy pasting all of your content. Now this is done in a 2-column format. If you want it just a single column, what you can do is delete what you don't want to use. And you don't have to use this either. Like if we deleted this and then we came to text and you want to start adding in your headings. This is way too big, of course. So we'll bring that down to 18. You come back into your article, click on Introduction because you'd want your subtitles. Add that there and bring it over. Now I would certainly edit this a lot differently, but I just want to show you what you'd have to do. Let's try this subheading that'll be different for the paragraph, and we'll come back. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more subheading. Okay, and then we want to start adding the body. So we come back to the article, and I'll show you what happens if we add too much all at once. It goes down off of the page. Okay, so what you'd have to do is, well, first of all, reduce this font size. Let's take it down to 12, and let's get rid of what we have too much of. Make it over to the left, and there would be your first paragraph. Now what you would have to do to keep on adding pages, okay? And then from here, you have a choice if you want to just continue on with your text, and we could only put this first paragraph on the first one. Let's try 2 paragraphs this time. We'll change the font size. I believe I chose 12, and we need to make it fit. Okay, it's taking up the bulk of that. Let's also bring it back to the left, do a little editing, and then center it. And this is what the process that you have to go through on Canva. It's lovely that you can design your own ebook however you want, and you can add as many pages as you want, up to 350. If you have any creative bones in your body, you can certainly do all this from scratch and not depend on a template. But it just goes to show you what this looks like. So this is the type of work you'd have to put into Canva. And now if we share that, let's download it. And instead of PNG, let's put it in a standard PDF. and we'll click download. And let's take a look at what that looks like. And here we go. So this is what your customer or your reader or whatever it is that you are doing with this ebook, this is what it would look like. Okay. So of course you'd want to do a better job with editing and everything, and probably adjust the font size, the font itself, whatever you want, but you can create lovely ebooks in Canva. But it was a fair bit of work, right? You're going to be taking a lot more time creating something here that you want to use. Whereas when we come into Designrr, let's adjust this a little bit. You have to use these little tabs to move the boxes, okay? This is actually my title here, and I'm going to put it in this box instead. And I'm going to take down the size, and I'm going to put it up here. This is my name that I will put down here. And then you can have some sort of subtitle or whatever it is that you want to use to add more information to the cover, okay? And now look at this. Everything is in here properly, okay? It is not needing a whole lot of work. You can decide how you want to adjust your subheadings with the font, with the size, things like that. Notice that the title of the ebook is showing up at the top of each page. And then down below here, this is actually a linkable text here. So what I normally do is I go to the first one, I highlight all of it. I make sure over here that it says to change all the elements. So this means it would change all of the pages at one time. You can add in your website name or whatever it is that you might want to send people to. I'm going to use just, in this case, my own business name. It really doesn't have anything to do with survival. And I'm going to increase that font. And if you click on this little link icon here, you can put in the URL that you want people to go to. Click OK. And if you scroll down, you'll see that every page is done. Okay, that's what's so nice about Designrr. Whereas in Canva, if you wanted to add any links, and then if you want to add a link to your ebook, you would press on this link, enter the link that you want to send people to. But the only thing is, again, it's not going to present itself on every page. You would have to manually add a little header and a footer so that you can maybe put the title at the top like in Designrr, or add a link at the bottom of each page. But it all has to be done manually. Back in Designrr, like I showed you, it's all done automatically. And this feature of changing all the elements, you can do for anything. Let's say I wanted to change the font size of all the text in the article. I again could click on all the elements, increase the font size, and notice that the entire article is changed to the font size that you just chose. And let's say we want to publish this. Let's take a look at what it's like. I'm going to export it, download the PDF file, and this is what your customer, your reader, whether you're giving it as a free bonus, a lead magnet. Okay, and I would do a little bit more work to make sure that it's formatted properly. Like I would drop this title down to the next page and make it look a little bit better, but this is almost all immediately done for you. So this is the difference between Designrr and Canva. Designrr allows you to create a document, an ebook. I mean, you could certainly take all of this text and put it onto your WordPress website as an article. Okay, it doesn't have to be an ebook, but it goes to show you, and let me go back to my dashboard. You saw how quickly the Word Genie feature in here worked, how well the AI writer did your writing for you. And it created the outline first, and then it filled out each individual subheading. It's all properly formatted. So if you wanted to, you could simply copy the entire article and then create an article on your site. You could do anything you want with this. Now inside Canva, you do have a lot of options because they have so many editing features, okay? But you saw the amount of work that would go into this to create that particular ebook. You have to copy paste everything. You have to properly format everything, okay? So there are a lot of limitations inside Canva, but it really depends what you want to use it for. Personally, I much prefer Designrr for what it can do and for the incredible time-saving feature of their AI writer. But I wanted to show this to you so that you can decide on your own which one you'd prefer. Personally, I recommend Designrr because you can pick up a lifetime plan for just $27. And you can also create your own free Canva account if you like the image editing and all that type of thing. You just can't use Canva's AI writer without buying the pro plan. So if you want the Designrr one-time price lifetime access, just click my link below and it'll take you where you need to go. And I want to thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you found it useful. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like the video. So until next time, cheers.